Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to Guitar Daily. So yesterday I posted a solo guitar version of Stevie Wonder's I Wish. And in that, I thought I'd break down a couple of things I kind of got into with that. Thanks so much for everybody who's chimed in about the world's best guitar player thing. It seems some people maybe didn't necessarily even watch the video before they commented. I do wonder that, you know. Some comments were like exactly what I showed in the video. So anyway, today, yeah, let's talk about what I did in I Wish. If you haven't checked it out, watch the video first because that'll all make sense about what I'm talking about today. But so guitar tone wise, what I did. So neck pickup on this guitar, and I took the normal amp I use, which is a Vibrolux in the Fractal FM9, and I just turned the gain up. Just to the point where it's breaking up a little bit. That's really one of my favorite tones. I think I've talked about this quite a bit, but where it's just breaking up a little bit. That's really one of my favorites. It's such a dynamic kind of sound, and that's what I want. I want sounds that are clean when I pick light and then slightly break up a little bit, like a saxophone would, right? Think about a tenor saxophone player. When they blow hard into the horn, it breaks up a little bit. That's the sound I like. So what I did was I kind of had, it was based off E flat minor and A flat. That's the kind of basis of that tune for the most part. There's that little riff. Which is the bass line. If you haven't heard the original, check it out, but it's... Sounds weird playing that with that slap back delay on, but you get the idea. They're all just quarter notes. It's basically E flat minor to A flat 7. How you want to voice those is up to you. And what I did was I took the melody, something like that, right? And I just voiced it as fourth chords. Not strictly fourths, like that's a fourth voicing. What I mean by fourth voicings or quartal voicings is if you take a note like that and I build a note below it and a note below it, they're all fourths. So from A flat to D flat as a fourth, D flat to G flat as a fourth. And that becomes my next one. I use these a lot. And then I went F minor, E flat minor, G flat, right, and I like doing that. I like mixing things together. If I'm going to use fourths, I don't use just fourth chords like that. I use fourths plus some minor chords, plus some, you know, dominants, all kinds of stuff. Like I'm getting them in there, right? And the second part, I played the melody. Right, so just putting the melody on the top note of my chord. So in that case, it's B flat 7. I'm playing B flat 9. But there's my melody note, the F, right? And I did the same on the C. And then F minor 9, minor 7 to the minor 9. And then A flat 7, right? Second time round. It's B flat 7 sharp 5, right? And that's just the melody. And then A flat. And I improvised around it, essentially around E flat minor. Right, and I kind of played these E flat minor-y sort of things, and then right, that part of the melody again. Then when we went to the solo section, I kind of set up this vamp, which is just again E flat minor to A flat, E flat minor to A flat, and I sort of started to delve into some things. Right, I started getting into E flat minor, Dorian essentially. So the notes are. Right, so E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, right, and then up the octave. Now I'm going over this quickly because you can slow it down on YouTube, you can pinch to zoom on your phone, you know, you check it out if you want to go deeper with the stuff, but that was my primary thing, right? Because the E flat minor is the 2 chord, A flat is the 5, right? So 2-5 chord progression. It never actually goes to the 1 of D flat. but essentially that's the implied thing, right? So it's a Dorian thing. Right, and I had some chromaticism, I did some other stuff. One of my favorite things when I have a minor chord vamp like that is to kind of play that a few times, and then I've talked about side slipping before, but one of my favorite side slipping things in this kind of instance is to play a big fat E major chord. Which, if you know the song Don't Worry About a Thing, that's the chorus section, right? It goes E flat minor to E major. Right, it's a very Stevie Wonder type thing to do. Whoops. So that's a couple of things I got into. I got into some chromaticism. Of course, I played, even though we're only playing those two chords, I played the B flat 7 and I implied it. And I use super Locrian, which is the jazz minor, just up a step. So B, I'm playing, B flat, I should say. B flat 7 sharp 5. I'm playing B melodic minor. I like to call it the jazz minor. It's the ascending version. Maybe I should do a video just on that. So let me know if there's something you're interested in. And then, of course, I applied the tritone sub of that. I've done a lesson on tritone subs, so check that out if you want to know more about that kind of stuff. But I played that a couple of times. Although I much prefer to actually just play the major, right? It's a little more colourful in that instance. And all kinds of stuff like that, right? Those are the sort of things I was looking at. Because if you have a 2-chord vamp like that, it's really boring if you just stay on the same thing the whole time. So I'm always looking for ways to spice it up, create some interest for the listener, right? And that can be done in all kinds of ways, from dynamics to bending notes to create interest, but also harmonic interest as well. So anyway, I hope this has been useful. If it has been, please subscribe. I post every day to YouTube. This is my thing that I'm doing. I've started in 2024 and I've seen huge growth with this so far. I thought about doing a video sort of talking about why I'm doing it and what I've noticed the results are. So if there's something you're interested in, again, let me know in the comments below, and if I get enough interest, I'll make a video about it. But yeah, I post every day. Session guitar player from Wellington, New Zealand. Played with a whole lot of people. And I do all kinds of music, from jazz stuff to blues, funk, soul, the occasional classical thing, the occasional country thing. I kind of do it all. So yeah, so please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.